The older I get, the more I believe in God. Thank you. I was having a rough day the other day. I was coming home from work at night and I was walking down the street and I see two drunk girls, couldn't have been more than 20 years old, on one scooter, riding down the middle of the street, biff it into the pavement. Like, thanks, big guy. Knew you were looking out for me. Told that to a room full of moms. They had the wrong reaction. They're like, oh no, are they okay? I'm like, no! That's the best part! Look, I have nothing against girls who are younger than me. I just, hate them. I work with one, she's probably 19, always likes to give me dating advice. Listening to her tell me how to keep a man happy is like watching a toddler crawl towards a very hot stove. Like, I want to stop you before you get hurt, but I also want you to get just burned enough to learn something. We work at a gym together, and she told me I look like a roller derby extra from Whip It. She's like, no, it's just because you're wearing athletic apparel. I'm like, is it just because I'm wearing athletic apparel? Like, I know the haircut's been causing some confusion. People see me, they're like, oh, you're clearly into softball. I'm messing with my dating life. I feel like guys are scared to ask me out. Used to be they were worried they weren't man enough for me. Now they're worried they're not woman enough for me. I'm okay with it slowing down the dating life because honestly something very annoying always happens when I date a guy. He finds out that I used to train horses and he'll be like, oh, horse girl. Ride me like one of your horses. I'm like, oh, okay. So I grab a stick and beat him with it. Every woman I tell that to goes, oh, you don't actually treat horses like that, do you? I'm like, no. I respect horses. I asked a friend of mine why I was having so much trouble getting guys, and she's like, well, Max, you're pretty aggressive. I'm like, that's not true. Then I stabbed her in the throat. Like, I get that I'm masculine, okay? Like, I'm muscular. I thought guys just like that I'm thick. They're always like, hey girl, shake what your mama gave you. I'm like, oh. Clinical depression's pretty hard to shake, but okay. I'm so masculine, I recently got cast in a role as a transgender female stripper. That is a male transitioning to a female, and I think it's pretty insulting to the guy who did my Adam's apple. Like, I'm not even offended that someone thought I was trans. I'm offended they thought I was a man. It's like, I thought I finally figured out how to do my eyebrows right. My friend goes, maybe they meant female to male. I'm like, that's not better! Like, the closest I think I get to being a trans comic is Eliza Schlesinger transitioning to Dane Cook, okay? Yeah. My entire family thinks this whole acting career is beneath me. Any actors in here? To give you a snapshot of the lifestyle I come from, very spoiled. I grew up in a place called Mercer Island, and people don't know what that is, so they're always like, oh, an island. Did you take a canoe to school? No, you idiot. We took the yacht. My mom and I strongly disagreed about the acting career choice. She actually kicked me out about 10 years ago, hasn't talked to me since, and all my friends will be like, Maxie, doesn't that give you abandonment issues? I'm like, no, it just makes me weirdly attached to middle-aged women. I'm like, don't leave me. They're like, ma'am, your nails have been done for 20 minutes. You can go. My dad's very supportive, though. He's a cool guy. We have this bit going, if you will. He thinks he's a comic. It's fun. It's great fun. And I call home and say, "Hey, Dad, I booked a role." And he'll always say, "Max, that's great. I'm so proud of you. It's not porn, is it?" And I say, "Have to watch to find out." Click. He loves it. He's a pretty cool guy. He's one of those guys who doesn't try to enforce his values on me, you know. He's just trying to get me to be practical. If I told him I wanted to sell my soul, he'd be like, "Well, get a good offer for it. Shop around a little." But this was the first time it actually upset him. He was like, "Maxie, you're not telling me you're going to be a stripper on TV for everyone to see?" I'm like, "No. It's a web series. No one's going to see it." He goes, "Max, be serious. You're not going to be taking your clothes off on camera, are you?" I'm like, "Have to watch to find out." Click. I'm finally doing well enough in the acting career that I was able to quit one of my day jobs. Thank you. I'm just jealous. It's fine. What I was social media manager for a company, and all that means is I had to delete the negative Yelp reviews really quickly. And from it, I learned people who leave 1-star reviews write about their experiences with more conviction than victims of assault. They're like, "I'm telling my story so no one else has to go through what I went through." It's very noble of you, Karen. Wouldn't want anyone else's lives ruined by a cold bloomin' onion.